What's going on, YouTube? It's been a while without a video, so I decided to make a quick one. So we have a Chrysler 300C, I think it's a 2006 or 7. Anyway, owner had a check engine light, and he went to AutoZone. And when he went to AutoZone, this is what they gave him: random misfire, cylinder 4 detected, injector number 4 circuitry is open. There you have it. All right. So, a little bit of history on this car. As you can see, the plugs, the coin-on plugs, right? The coils, ignition coils, they all brand new. Okay, Denso at that. This is a good brand, and the owner also stated that the spark plugs are brand new. So overall, he says the car is driving smooth. It's not making any types of, it's not shaking over. But the check engine light is steady, or just kind of like flicker. So I came here basically to do my checks, remove the intakes, nothing to it. The airbox is there. You just take that little, clamp off. 2 clips over here. You just push them, or tabs. Just push them and lift it up, and take the airbox out. Well, it's a cover. For the intake, it's just basically a bunch of 10mm bolts, and they stay in the intake. So take them all the way around. If you come on the side of the engine, you got 2, I guess you can call them brackets. One of them is right there. 2 10mm nuts. One here, and the other one is somewhere down there. If you can see it. All right. So then you can take it out, and I decided to just kind of, lift it up out of the way. Not completely out, but yeah. So you also have to take off the EGR tube. Cool. So now we're here. Let me see if I put my hands in front of the camera here. Injector number 4. I think this goes 1, 2. What is it? 1 over there, 2, 3, 4. So this would be injector number 4. So I hooked it to my scan tool here. The glare is going to be horrible. I already see that. Let me see if I can do anything about it. Let me stand this way. Oh no, that doesn't help. All right, let me see what I can do with the glare. Okay, anyway, we go into active mode in the powertrain module, and we have fuel injector control state. Okay, so we're talking about number 4. So we're going to go into number 4 right there. I know when I put this thing down, it's going to be hard to see, but that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to injector number 4 right there. Click on it. Do you want to view data stream? I don't care for that. I just want to see that my test light will light up. That's what I need to see. Alright, we're going to be able to toggle this. So just, okay, press that F1 button and toggle it. And listen to that. Already you can tell we have control, okay? Because I'm hearing it firing. But I have also my lead on the control side right there. And for those who don't know, the way you recognize the control side from the constant power basically would be the constant power has the same wire for all the injectors, or sometimes also all the plugs if it applies to that, and the control side would be different. It would be specific to that particular cylinder. So anyway, so I got my test light hooked up to ground, so I'm just gonna go and we back probe right here at the control wire. So I'm just gonna put my test light there and see what's going on. Right now I can hear it, so I already know I have control, but this is just for the proof, visual proof. Right there, my test light is lighting. It should be flickering. If the camera picks it up, as you can see, it's pulsating every time the command comes on. See that? I hope it comes through the camera, but that's what it is. So basically that means I have power and I have control, but it's telling me this is an open circuit. So we're going further. What I did, let me stop this toggling. What I did after that, I'm not going to be able to probably show that because I have one hand only. And what I did was basically I ohmed out a known good here. I unplugged it and set my meter, my ohm meter, right? And it read about 11.5, right? So that's what it came out, 11.5 ohms. So I went to the one that's supposed to have the problem, and I ohmed it out, and I have the exact same reading, which means the injector itself is good. And from the test we just done, the circuit is also good. So that's where we are. The only thing I can probably blame or think that may be a cause for it, you see they have all this red tab on top of it, right? A lot of the cars have it now, which is basically a locking tab. The one on number 4 is broken already. It wasn't there when I came. See that? So, you know, what kind of movement do you really have around this area to cause that? I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I dig some, matter of fact, we can do it right now, live. I'm going to do some wiggle test just to eliminate the possibility of that being that. So, right there. Still firing, listen to it. Still firing. And I'm wiggling this wire. Still firing. Still firing. So this is pretty significant. I don't think anything going to rattle like this in the engine bay. So there you have it. So I'm not sure why the code is set, what the issue is. I mean, if you ran across this issue before, you know, please comment. Let me know. You know, is it a computer failing maybe? You know, I'm not sure. But like being intermittent or something like that. You know, but as far as the checks that I think of right now and I've done, I mean, this is doing what it's supposed to be doing. What I'm going to do is just erase the code and monitor this thing and see what happens. So if anything interesting, again, I'll make a follow-up video. But as far as I'm concerned, you know, I'm going to leave it at that, you know, honestly. So, all right. YouTube. So, okay, this is a follow-up. So I put everything back together and I drove the car for about 20 miles, went on the freeway and came back, you know. Car was up to temperature. So all of a sudden problem came back, you know. Check engine light came on, and sure enough it was that injector not working properly. So I came out here. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't have to actually remove the intake to check that one. I just didn't realize it was that one. I thought it was the one under the intake. But anyway, I'm going to have to remove the intake to replace the injector because it's shorted. It's open right now when it's hot. So I guess that was the situation when the injector was cold, because this was the car was here overnight. You know, it read kind of okay, I guess. But now nothing. I get an open, you know, meaning out of limits OL. I'm not sure if I can show you that because I only got 2 hands here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it differently. Yes, I was testing the this one too, just to make sure, you know, my multimeter wasn't skewed or something. It looks like it's working properly. All right, so we're gonna back probe the control wire and the power wire. Alright, I'm gonna put it back together. And we're gonna use a scan tool to toggle it just like we did earlier. We're gonna go to injector number 4. I don't know if you guys can see it. Injector number 4 right there. We're gonna select no here. We don't want no data, we just want to hear it. Alright, so we're gonna toggle it. Right now it's toggling. Right? I got my test light hooked up to ground right there. Okay, and that's a good ground. Right there, good ground. So we're gonna go on the this would be, I think, yeah, this would be power right there. Light is lighting up, so we definitely got power coming, right? And this would be the control wire. Nothing. Nada. Okay, so this is after the car is hot. Before, you could see it was pulsating, everything was fine, and now nada. Okay, so next thing, just to, you know, be 100% sure, took it out and basically did just a ohms test. Like I said, I'm not probably going to be able to do it with just one hand. These leads are kind of, you know, tough to. I don't know if I can with one hand. I doubt it, but You can take my word for it. It's definitely not working. I mean, not working at all. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that with one hand. It's not a lot of space there. But you get the picture. So the injector is definitely open, and that's what it was. That's why it has this intermittent problem in the beginning, because I guess it was dying, not dead all the way. But now definitely I see an open injector. So that's what we're going to address. Customer is not here. He went to work and left his car overnight for me to check it out. So I'm just going to follow up on that whenever he gets back and we get that injector. I mean, replace it, and yeah, he's going to be on his merry way. That's about that. I mean, if I were him, I would actually replace all of them, because the same issue happened before on cylinder number 3. He had that issue with the injector circuit. Yeah, so hopefully it's not a computer issue, just like on the Fords, how the computer basically killing the the coils on those older Fords. I hope it's not the same thing on this situation, because like I said, I had that issue on cylinder number 3 before. So we'll see when he gets here with the part, and then we'll try to replace and see where we're at, and then I will give you a last update on that. All right.